tell them suckers to move. I ain't in the mood. Got me with the crew, let me do what I do. I tell them suckers to poof. Got me in the booth, lobby in the truth. Let me do what I do. Yeah, remember when the U come through, enter the music jungle. Or back with the block, I used to rock, I used to fumble. I still rock down, drop the ball when I run through. I drop the classic shit, and drop the ball, Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Manny.
My name's Alberto.
And this is the OnlyFights Podcast. Welcome, welcome.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. We hope that you guys had a good weekend. Do us a favor, if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification icon, and
what do you do on Spotify? You follow, I think.
Follow, and I think like and
subscribe.
Just
and spread the word.
Support us, so that we can support you with our fine analysis of these great fights.
Word
that took place over the weekend. We really only have the fight night, right?
Yeah, we had the UFC Fight Night. Thiago Santos versus Johnny Walker, light heavyweight bout. Excuse me. Well, let's start from the beginning, I guess. Let's go through some of the. I didn't watch all the prelims. Some worth mentioning. Beth Corgaya, she fought Cara Rosa. Beth Corgaya, she's been around for a while. She fought Ronda Rousey. She fought Holly Holmes. I mean, she got knocked out by all of them, but she's been in the sport for a while. She was part of the first generation of girls coming into UFC, like with Ronda and shit. She lost a 3-round decision to Cara Rosa, and then she retired afterwards. It was like she was like really emotional about it. It was pretty cool. So that's cool. Shout out to her retiring.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to add, Aspen Lad, she was supposed to fight on this card as well, and I guess she missed weight. And this is like the third time I think that she's missed weight. She fights at bantamweight, 135, and I just don't know why she just doesn't go up to 145. You know what I mean? It's not like she clearly, is having issues making it. She always has some kind of excuse.
Yeah, that's super unprofessional.
You know what I mean? And it's not like it's a big difference as far as like the fight. The champion is still Amanda Nunes in both weight classes, so it's not like I mean it's not like it's an easier weight class or anything. I don't know. She's young. I've seen her fight a lot. When she first came to the UFC, she was like real active and shit, and she had a couple impressive wins. But yeah, this is like the third. I don't think in a row, but this is the third time I think that she's missed weight. She only missed it by 2 pounds. She could have still fought, but I think the girl she was gonna fight chose not to take the fight, which I guess is her right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's probably gonna get dragged over social media for that. That kind of sucks. I saw Misha Tate posted something, like pretty much calling her out, like saying how unprofessional it is and this and that, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like how they're gonna keep giving these girls chances and shit. Yeah. And I think Aspen Lad didn't really have much to say to her. I think she did say that I'm reading that she said apparently that she got her period 2 days before the fight, and that was what made the weight cut so bad. But I seen a video of her. The reason I think it's an excuse because I seen a video of her weighing in, and she just didn't look good. Like she almost fell off the scale. Like she was like shaking and shit.
Wow.
Like it was kind of scary.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah. For the females, it's always more like I just feel so much more for them when you see them like cutting weight and shit, and they look like dehydrated and shit.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty crazy. So that fight didn't happen. So we'll see what happens with her. Another female fight at flyweight was Antonia Chefchenko, Valentina's sister, her older sister, who I thought was younger, but it turns out she's older. She's 38, and 36. Valentina's 33. She fought Casey O'Neill, who's 8-0 in the UFC. I think 8-0 in her as a pro. I think she's like 4-0 in the UFC. 4 fights. This is her 4th win in a row. Pretty impressive. She just pretty much took her down and ground and pounded her. I think the first round was competitive. Like Shevchenko was able to get like some good positions, on the ground and in the first round. But in the second round, she just, I don't know, she started getting tired of what. But Casey O'Neill just like took over on the ground, just had some nasty ground and pound. I think she ended the fight like in a full mount and just was like raining down elbows on her.
Nice.
It was pretty good. Shevchenko, this is like her maybe like third, fourth loss in a row. Not looking too good for her. Casey O'Neill, you know, she seems to be making a name for herself, so can't wait to see her fight again. This fight, Joe Salecki versus Jared Gordon. I saw that Jared Gordon caught out Patty the Batty at the end of that one. He won the decision. The only other fight I had seen Jared Gordon was when he fought Charles Oliveira, the now champ at lightweight, and Oliveira like knocked him out in the first round, like bad, like put him to sleep. So I don't know if calling out Patty the Batty is the best idea, but I guess we'll see. I can't wait to watch that kid fight again, though. The Patty the Batty kid. You can tell he's gonna be a star. All right, the main card was kind of I think kind of let us down a little bit. This is probably the best knockout of the night. Did you watch this one? Lightweight fight. Alexander Hernandez and Mike Breeden.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Got the first round knockout. It was pretty bad. He like knocked out his mouthpiece, and the guy was like still standing. It was pretty much like out on his feet.
Yeah.
And took like 2 big blows, and then like body went limp, and ref stopped it. Alexander Hernandez has been around for a while. Like he's lost to like top guys. You know what I mean? Like he lost to, like Cowboy. I think Kevin Lee. Like he's lost to the top guys. So he's he's good. He's always gonna be I think he's always gonna be up there, probably top 10. This welterweight fight, Alex Oliveira and Nico Price. That one also kind of let me down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cowboy Oliveira was doing pretty good on the stand up. He was a lot quicker than I thought he was, or maybe just compared to Nico Price. Like he was way faster than him, and his head movement was really impressive too. Like he was like dodging a lot of punches. Nico Price, I think, probably won the first round because he got a hold of him, took him down, and was pretty much trying to wrestle him the whole time because he couldn't hit him on the feet pretty much. The third round was really close, pretty much because Cowboy Oliveira got tired. Like he completely gassed out. Like you can tell he was having trouble even keeping his hands up. He had his hands like down by his waist the whole time.
Yeah, it was
like
bad.
Was really having trouble keeping his hands up and was really just kind of running away from him. Nico Price seemed fresh. He just couldn't get there. They both shared exchanged some big punches. There was a couple glimpses of what I thought the fight was going to be the whole time, but it really wasn't. It wasn't really that. But Nico Price might have won the last round. He might have, but Oliveira ended up getting the decision. Oh no! Actually, Nico Price he did get the decision.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it was the other way around. All right, yeah. So I guess I think he deserved it. He was a fresher fighter at the end, and definitely won that last round. Probably won the first and last round, I would say. The co-main again was kind of a letdown. Kevin Harlan versus Kyle Darkus. Never seen Kyle Darkus fight, but Kevin Harlan is always fun. He's coming off with like 2 losses too. So the first round, they collide heads. It's not even right. They collide heads. He gets like Kevin Harlan gets like headbutted in the jaw almost, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much because they both throw and miss, I think, and then end up colliding. Kevin Harlan gets hit in the jaw and goes to sleep. Like you can see his eyes like close and the body go completely limp.
Yeah, Kyle took it like more in the forehead where it would be a lot less damaging. Yeah,
so it was almost like he headbutted him in the jaw and pretty much knocked him out. Like his body went limp, and then he fell down. His head like bounced off the canvas, and I think that's like what woke him up, because as soon as his head bounced, he turned around, and the ref the ref was coming from the side, like jumping through, like about to stop it. And then when he saw Kevin Harlan turn around, he somehow backed out and didn't touch them. Like, it was pretty crazy. So the fight keeps going. obviously Kevin Holland's like extremely compromised at that point. Like, who knows how, if he was even all there at that point. But, he fights on the ground, gets, fights off the ground and pound, fights off a submission, I think, gets up on his feet. And then Kyle was able to take his back and pretty much has his back while Kevin's standing and gets the arm under the neck and chokes him out. Kevin Holland taps. And so the refs are talking about it. Like, you can see, like, as soon as Kevin Holland turned around and the fight continued, you could see the ref motion to somebody on the side to replay that, or that he wants to see that again. I think in between a round or whatever. And so he stops the fight after the tap, and then the refs and I guess the commission, whatever, they're talking about it. They're looking at the review. Yeah. And it's pretty much on the ref to decide. You can hear Herb Dean. Herb Dean seemed to be like the main guy back there, like kind of giving him advice and shit. Like,
that was a good call too. I mean,
I think so. I mean, it sucks. So they ended up calling it a no contest.
Yeah.
And Kevin Holland said he wants to run it back. He said he would run it back right away. Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks that it happened. Like, the ref was gonna stop it. I guess if the ref would have stopped it, that would have been a KO, right?
He could have restarted it, right? Or like not restarted, but like
I think he could have
stopped it
and gave him time to recover.
Right. You have like up to 5. I know in boxing you have like up to 5 minutes. So
yeah, I think that's what would have happened. Cause that's what happened with Aljamain. And then remember the Aljamain Sterling fight, and they pretty much told him you have, I don't know, so much time, but then he pretty much said he didn't want to continue. Yeah, that was crazy. So it was considered a no contest. Hopefully they run it back. Now they both have that one no contest on the record. Kyle Darkus seemed pretty upset about it. He seemed like he didn't really, I didn't see him fight before, but he looked good. I wish that wouldn't have happened. We could have seen, what really happened. I don't know if he chokes Kevin Holland out like that so early. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Kevin Holland is known for his jiu-jitsu as well, so I don't think he would have choked him out that easy, but yeah, that sucks. So, and Kevin Holland is known for talking in the ring a lot and shit, and so, he got exposed the last couple of fights with his wrestling, and kept getting taken down and, wrestled, and that's how he lost the last couple of fights. So, immediately Kyle Darkus is trying to take him down, and Kevin Holland showing actual like takedown defense, and is doing a lot better. And he says to DC is a lot better, right? Yeah. Like as he's doing it, as he's defending the takedown, which he did pretty good. I think he did take him down once, and then he got right back up, and then the headbutt happened. So yeah, all right. So the main event, we had Thiago Santos versus Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker, he's a younger guy. He's 29. We've seen him fight a couple times. He's had some exciting knockouts, and then his last 3 he lost, and pretty much got exposed. And then he's been bouncing around gyms pretty much ever since then. Like, I don't know who he was with initially, but he went his last fight, I think he was with TriStar with Firas Zahabi. That's where GSP fought, out of that gym in Canada. He was there for his last fight, had Firas Zahabi as his head coach, and I guess that didn't work out. And then this fight, you see who he had as his head coach? John Cannavale, who is Conor McGregor's head coach.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of shocking to me. Yeah, because that guy's gym is in Ireland. You know what I mean? So I wonder if he went to Ireland for that. Like, that's pretty crazy.
And where's he from?
Johnny Walker's Brazilian.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So he's been to Canada, and then he went to Ireland. Yeah, that was pretty crazy, and I think Cannavale is getting a lot of like criticism because he pretty much seemed to not be. He wasn't really telling Johnny Walker to do much. You know what I mean? Like, he kept telling him that he was winning the fight, and that to just keep backing him up and using the kicks. It was almost as if he was telling him not to throw punches, and that's pretty much what he was doing. Like, he wasn't throwing punches. And Johnny Walker was always known for being like explosive and kind of. I mean, that's kind of what how he got exposed. I think his cardio got exposed and wrestling and all that shit. because he was always, he would always throw flying knees and crazy, spinning attacks in the beginning and gas himself out. But he also had a couple crazy knockouts like that. Like he had a couple nasty knockouts with like flying knees, and his one knockout he has with he knocked out Khalil Roundtree like with a nasty, just like one elbow, like he has him like in the Muay Thai clinch, and just gives him like one quick elbow like right in the temple, and like guy just goes to sleep. It's crazy. So I was just really shocked to see him. So I wonder if there was an injury or something. I don't know, but I mean he was throwing kicks fine, but I don't know. It was kind of weird. Thiago Santos, he's older. This guy really needed a win because I think he lost his last 2 or 3 as well. But he had like crazy surgeries done on his knees and shit, like from the John Jones fight. Like he blew out like everything in both his knees. So I was kind of rooting for Thiago Santos. He got the decision in the kind of a boring fight, really. Like none of them really threw much. Like they really just threw kicks. That's pretty much was it. And I think Thiago Santos just beat him in that game. Yeah, I mean he got some nasty body kicks. Like you could see Johnny Walker's whole side of his body was red by the end of the fight. Like his whole side was red. I think even like behind his elbow, his arm was all red too from like blocking him or trying to block him. So yeah, Thiago Santos looked good. I mean I think both the guys just kind of they kind of just canceled each other out. Like you can't even say it was like a real technical fight. Like sometimes like these technical guys will have like a fucking chess match, and it might not be super exciting, but this wasn't even really that. Neither of these guys are really super technical. Yeah. It feels like were just kind of too similar, and they just like canceled each other out. Yeah. Like it was kind of a boring fight, but I don't know what's up with Johnny Walker though. And like if you heard, like at the end of the round, end of the 4th round going into the 5th, John Cannavale tells Johnny Walker that you're up right now, and just keep backing him up. Like doesn't stress that he needs a finish or that he needs to show something, or you know what I mean. Like, and then Thiago Santos I think he actually landed at least one big punch in the last round, and that's really what won him the round pretty much. Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, and I've seen a lot of people criticizing his coaching and the advice he was giving him. He just seemed way too relaxed. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, no urgency at all. It's like bad. He definitely needed the finish, I think, to win that fight. Like, either one of them. I'm surprised Thiago Santos won. I think it could have went either way. I mean, I guess he did land. He did land the bigger punches, I would say, for sure. Johnny Walker barely threw anything. He barely threw jabs, barely threw power punches. Not a single explosive move, which is crazy. That's like the biggest thing, right? Like he didn't throw any. We didn't see any explosiveness from him, and that was pretty much what defined him. I mean, I'm sure it was a lot. He gained a lot of experience going 5 rounds with somebody like Santos, but it's kind of boring for us. But yeah, that was it for that card. I know there was also Bellator. I didn't watch it, but it was the rematch of Douglas Lima and Michael Venom Page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch that either.
Douglas Lima, the former welterweight champ for Bellator. I forget who he lost to, but he lost his belt, and so he did the rematch with Michael Venom Page. Douglas Lima had that famous knockout that went viral of him when they fought the first time. I think Michael Venom Page like slips or something, or he like throws a punch or a kick and misses and slips, and then I think Douglas Lima like pretty much kicks him in the face with his head low, and knocks his head up, and then like punches him, and then like knocks him out. It was a pretty crazy knockout. So they fought again. I didn't watch it, but I saw that Michael Venom Page got the decision win. Nice. So right away he was talking about doing the trilogy. Okay.
Yeah, I think that fight was like early, right?
I'm not sure. I think it was it might have been Friday night or maybe it was Saturday. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was on Friday. I think it was like during the day though.
Yeah, I missed that one, but
because the prelims were on at like 3.
Oh yeah, so it probably was early. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. What else we got going on in the boxing world?
Well, Fury and Wilder is this weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
So
I just realized that today.
That's what I got. But before I get to that, so the the fight with Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. I'm gonna just quick run through the history of this fight. For some reason, I have to do this, but so the IBF mandated that Teofimo fight Kambosos, and Teofimo Lopez being a top-ranked fighter, Bob Arum, he didn't want to do the fight. He didn't want to promote it because he didn't think it would make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So when that happens, because it's still your mandatory, the fight has to go to purse bid, and that's how Triller ended up picking it up. And after like 3 times that they rescheduled it, they tried to reschedule it again to the 16th because they're having another versus battle. So they wanted to mix it with the versus battle, and
who is? Do you know who the versus is?
I think it was supposed to be a pretty good one. I think it was supposed to be like Rakim versus Big Daddy Kane or something. Yeah. So, but nah, man. Like in terms of boxing, though, I'm like, yo, this is bullshit. Like, just get the fight done. Like they wasted so much time. You know what I mean? Like you got people thinking that Teofimo Lopez, especially when you look at the timeline of him just beating Lomachenko, like his biggest accomplishment, and now it's like we still haven't seen you fight yet.
Yeah, and just not capitalizing off of that fame. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you got that little...
And really that's Triller. I mean, you can blame Teofimo Lopez for getting COVID that one time, but dude, so Triller, they throwing in the towel, man. They're not
giving up the rights to the fight.
They're giving up the rights to this fight, and so the rule is, the second highest bidder is gonna get the fight, and I believe that's Eddie Hearn in the Zone, which is cool because I love the Zone. It's easy to, subscribe to. It's just one yearly fee, and you get to watch all the fights. So I'm cool with that. But yeah, man. So, Triller really sucks, man. I'm not supporting those guys, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. So was that supposed to be a pay-per-view event too?
Yeah, they were gonna charge $50 for that shit, which I think is kind of ridiculous, man. Because I don't even think Teofimo Lopez is a pay-per-view star, and
that's probably what they
realized.
realized.
Definitely isn't. You know what I mean?
I don't know how they gauge that, but they have a way to gauge like the attention that a fight is getting.
Oh,
and,
yeah, just by ratings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I tell you what, if Teofimo Lopez rematches Loma, that's a pay-per-view fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a pay-per-view fight. He don't want to do it. He's very adamant in saying that, well, there was no rematch clause. So if I would have lost, they wouldn't have given me a rematch. And it's like, he can't really prove that, man. Like, how do you know? You weren't going to take the fight. Remember, Teofimo Lopez wasn't going to take the fight because he wanted more money.
Yeah.
And Lomachenko had to give him some of his money. Lomachenko took a pay cut for him to, get that fight.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So is the fight gonna still be on the same date or no?
No, it's essentially canceled. It has to get reworked again, and that's another thing. These guys, it just wasted these guys' times. The training camp that they paid for, you know what I mean? Like, terrible, man.
And like I said, even Teofimo not capitalizing off that attention that he had from beating fucking.
Yeah, by the time they fight, that's gonna be stale. That victory's gonna be stale.
Imagine if he would have got another big win. You know what I mean? Right after.
Exactly.
He would have blew up.
That's what it should happen. And you can blame Bob Arum too. I mean, that's your fighter. You're his promoter. You should have just made that fight happen. But whatever, man. Yeah. So moving on to another Bob Arum fighter and Tyson Fury taking on Deontay Wilder for the trilogy this Saturday. That's I don't know, man. It's just really interesting, man. Even though I thought Fury beat him the first fight, obviously beat him the second fight, still curious to see what Wilder could do.
Yeah.
You can never count that dude out, man.
He's had a lot of time.
And he's had a lot of time, to train. He's been training with his new trainer, Malik Scott, who's one of his former opponents. But the training looks decent. A lot of people are saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and that you can't teach Wilder to be this prolific boxer, which I would agree. But I mean, he just has to be good enough to beat Fury. He almost did it in that first fight. He knocked him down, almost had him out. If he could manage to do something like that in the first couple rounds and then try and do it again. Like, Fury can't keep eating those right hands.
Yeah.
He could eat maybe a couple, but, you know. And, yeah, I mean, as corny as that costume excuse was, I think it was true. You know, I think, like, that played a major part. Plus, like, you know, he just fought Luis Ortiz. He had back-to-back training camps. I think he had the bicep injury lingering. He's had a bicep injury for a long time, and I think he finally took care of that. He got a new trainer. He's looking a lot better. I mean, you know.
Yeah, we definitely can't count him out.
It's not saying much, but
I think he's 100% gonna be a better fighter.
Oh yeah.
No, whether he's gonna win the fight, I don't know, but
it's definitely gonna be more competitive.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be more competitive. Like, he's definitely gonna be better. I think we're definitely gonna see a better version of him.
Yeah.
But
and a lot of people are questioning Fury. You know, Fury's been acting his mental health self. You know, when he was like struggling and doing drugs and shit, and he was partying a lot. Fury's been kind of acting like
being a lot more cocky than before.
You know? Yeah, and even with him getting COVID, you know, that was a lie.
Oh really?
Oh
you think?
Yeah, because when they had to send the test, they sent a negative test, and you know, like just a bunch of bullshit. They basically just said it just to get the fight moved and whatever. But regardless, you know, should be a fun fight. Definitely a really, really good undercard, man. The fight that might steal the night, man, is Efe Ajagba and Frank Sanchez. Those are two, I guess you could say up and coming heavyweights.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Efe Ajagba, he been around, you know what I'm saying, but Frank Sanchez, he trains with Canelo's team, with Reynosos and them. So he probably be getting in rounds with like Andy Ruiz and sparring and all that. The rematch with Robert Helenius and Adam Kanaki, another heavyweight fight that should be a good one. Plus you got Jared Anderson on the card, Edgar Berlanga, J-Rock. Oh, Rancis Bartholomew. Yeah, pretty good card. Pretty good card. Definitely pay-per-view worthy.
What's that one on?
ESPN.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and same day, Liam Smith taking on Anthony Fowler in London earlier on. So that's on DAZN.
Nice.
It was good stuff. They still got the Teofimo Lopez fight listed.
That's crazy.
Canelo and Plant, November 6th. Porter and Crawford, November 20th. Some good stuff coming. Yeah. So, looking forward to that. And of course, UFC 268 on the same day as the Canelo fight. Damn.
And UFC 267 is like a week before that, October 30th.
That's right.
And that's the one that's going to be free on ESPN Plus.
That's right.
So let's look at that card real quick. Headlined by Jan Blachowicz and Glover Teixeira, light heavyweight title. I think I said it before, but you know, Glover Teixeira fought John Jones before for the belt. Like, that's just crazy that he's at this age. You know, that was maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I get another title shot. That's crazy. And he's a beast, man. Like, he's a beast. Like, his last couple fights, like, he definitely earned a title shot again. You know, like a guy like him, you know, doesn't sell a whole lot of pay-per-views and shit. Like, for him to get a title shot, he had to really, really earn it. I don't know what happens here. I don't know if he beats him. You know, Jan got the Polish power, and that guy's a beast. Glover Teixeira's jiu-jitsu is really good, so I don't know if Jan will take him down, you know what I mean, I don't know if he'll wrestle him. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure that'll be a good fight, though. Looking forward to that one. So the co-main, we got a new co-main now. Oh, yeah, I kind of called this last week.
Yeah.
Dana White must have heard. I mean, it's what made sense, really. You know what I mean? Aljamain Sterling pulled out of his fight. He said he still has lingering neck issue, which you can't blame him, I guess. I didn't know he had like a neck surgery, like a major neck surgery, like after the Peter Yan fight. And, you know, I think it's been like 8 months or something. So, you know, I'm sure it's going to take a while. He said that pretty much he just wasn't cleared by the doctor to fight. You know what I mean? Like, he's cleared to train and everything, but I guess he wasn't cleared to fight. I don't know how that works. I I guess it's like nerve issues that he has in his neck.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think they just said that if he fights too early, he could be paralyzed or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to play with that.
Yeah, some serious shit. So whatever. So Sterling's out. Corey Sandhagen steps in. I think Corey's ranked number 4. He lost that good fight to TJ Dillashaw.
Right. Yeah.
And Dillashaw had like some kind of major soldier surgery, I think. So Corey Sandhagen steps in, and they're gonna fight for the interim belt, pretty much, him and Peter Yan, which I think is a way better fight. I think that's way more competitive, and I think Corey Sandhagen could get him. I think Corey could pull it off. Yeah, I think he can get him, and then that would be a rematch with Aljamain and Sandhagen. The first time they fought, like I thought Corey Sandhagen was gonna beat him. I thought he was gonna beat him because Aljamain doesn't have the best chin. Like he gets touched and he's been knocked out before, and Corey fucking that motherfucker hits hard. But Aljamain got his back. I don't know if you remember that fight. He gets his back like super early in the fight, and gets on Aljamain's jiu-jitsu serious. He gets on his back and gets him down and chokes him from behind, makes him tap. It was super impressive. Like I didn't think he could do that against somebody like that, against Corey. But yeah, so that'd be a good rematch. You know what I mean? I've seen Corey Sandhagen in interviews say that the Aljamain fight taught him a lot, and that he really underestimated him and all this shit, and just talking about how after that fight he started doing a lot of things differently. So I think that'd be a good rematch too, to see that. And then obviously we got TJ coming back, lingering once he's healthy. Yeah, a lot of good bantamweights. The next fight at lightweight. So Islam Makhachev was supposed to fight RDA. RDA. I even forget what his name is. I think he got COVID. He had to step out of the fight, and then there was a rumor. the first name I heard was Tony Ferguson, that they were thinking about, or that he wanted to, he was trying to get this fight. Rafael dos Santos. That's his Dos Anjos.
Yeah.
Rafael dos Anjos is RDA. So he was supposed to fight Makhachev. I think this is a way better fight. Dan Hooker steps in, not even a week after his win at 260.
Yeah.
266. Yeah, right. It was 266 he fought, and then less than a week later accepts a fight for 267, which is pretty much what he wanted to do. I mean, remember we talked about the visa issues and shit with New Zealand, and he pretty much said that he's gonna stick around in the States and try to get another fight, and so he got his fight. And that's pretty crazy, like sacrifice that guy's making. Like he got a wife and kids. You know what I mean? Like he's probably not gonna see his wife and kids now for like at least another month or something. Like that's pretty crazy. That's wild. But I guess that's part of the game. But I think we said that they're gonna move to the U.S. That like the whole city kickboxing team, Izzy and all them guys are coming over. Yeah. So I'm sure he's gonna bring the family and shit. So yeah. Oh yeah. So like Tony Ferguson was the first name I heard. I would have really loved to see that fight. That would have been the closest thing to Tony and Khabib. Yeah. You know what I mean? the fight that we never got. That I would have loved to see, but obviously that's not gonna happen. That was crazy though, man. Like I always think back to that fight, like when Tony fought fucking Justin Gaethje, like the fucking beating he took. Like that fight really changed him. Like that, like even the way that the fight finished, like he didn't knock him down. You know what I mean? Like Tony was just taking the beating, and he just was at the point where he almost like couldn't stand anymore. Like, but he was all fucked up. That was crazy. So yeah, Dan Hooker and Makhachev, that should be a good fight, man. I would like to see what Dan Hooker could do against that Russian wrestling. Be interesting. Alexander Volkov, Marcin Tybura. That's a heavyweight bout, and then this guy is back. This Russian, Kazmat Chimaev. This guy too was on a hell of a run. He had those. He had the 2 back-to-back wins. Like I think he fought like one weekend and then fought like another weekend. Wow. Because he had like two fast quick finishes, and then he had another win. I think he had like 3 wins in like a couple months or something, And then he got COVID, and apparently he got it, like, really bad. Like, he was, like, even, like, mentally kind of fucked him up. Like, he had, like, announced his retirement, like, in the middle of it because he didn't feel he was ever going to be able to get back. Like,
oh, yeah, I remember that.
You know what I mean? Like, some shit, and Dana White was like, oh, this guy's just really, you know what I mean? He's just going through it right now. He's just really emotional. That's got to be crazy to be an athlete and then, like, get some kind of thing like that where you feel like, I guess it was, like, the fatigue shit with him. He just, like, couldn't train. Like, he just felt always fatigued. That's got to be crazy to be an athlete and that should just get fucking almost taken away from you. So he's coming back. He's fighting Lee Jingling. I'm not even being funny. Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, I'm excited to see Kazmat back, and then Volkan Ozdemir and Magomed, another Russian guy. Magomed. Light heavyweight bout. That looks that card looks stacked.
Yeah, especially for you said that's not a pay-per-view, right?
Nope, that's gonna be a ESPN Plus for free.
Nice.
In Abu Dhabi. I wonder what time it's gonna be. I wonder if it's the regular time or not. Sometimes one in Abu Dhabi are kind of weird. A couple other fights they announced. Sean O'Malley's coming back December 11th. He's gonna fight Paiva. We saw him fight not that long ago. He had a pretty impressive win. You know, I think this guy's ranked 15th, but again, I'm just kind of tired of like Sean O'Malley talking all this shit and then fighting all these like no-name guys. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's expected, I guess. Also, Max Holloway, Yaya Rodriguez, that fight's official. November 13th, that's gonna be a fight night, featherweight bout. That's pretty much gonna be for the next one for the belt to fight Volkanovski, Alexander Volkanovski. Yeah. I kind of hope. I mean, I would like to see Yair win. You know, Mexican kid. He's had some wars. He's had some wars in the UFC. I think it'd be dope to see him get a title shot. But you know, anybody beating Max Holloway is just kind of like it's hard to fathom that. I mean, I guess Volkanovski did it twice, but the decisions were controversial. Another fight, Rob Font versus Jose Aldo. That should be a good fight. Rob Font's been making his way up. I think he's ranked 4th, and Aldo's still ranked like 5th or 6th. I think 5th. December 4th, that's another fight night. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. And then Derek Lewis and Darkus, the one heavyweight from Philly that fought the other night. He got that fight with Derek Lewis coming up, or they got that fight made. That's gonna be a fight night December 18th. These are all different fight nights. Like there's gonna be a lot of fights coming up.
Yeah, good stuff.
Even next week. Next week is Mackenzie Dern and Marina Rodriguez. That should be a good fight too. Both up and comers in the strawweight division. Both coming off big wins. That should be a really good fight. And then obviously 268 stacked. You know, we already know all the fights on that card. Can't wait for that. And yeah, I think that's all I got. Word.
Yeah. I think I ran through
a lot of fights coming up, and a lot in both.
Yeah, man. So stick around and stay tuned. Until next time. My name is Manny.
My name's Alberto.
This is the OnlyFights Podcast. We out.
Peace.